Mr. Gosar.
Thank you. Mr. Campus, I'm so glad the ranking lady asked you the question because I can answer that for you. Is that when you don't get that water power, you have a coal-fired plant that is the cheapest one that provides power for you. So, here in Arizona, we have a number of coal-fired plants that provide that backup as baseline. So that's the answer. Mr. Campus, once again, the coal-fired plant, the Navajo Generating Station, powers the pumps that deliver water to some of the areas on your reservation. Is that true?
That is correct.
Does this water provide critical resources like food and jobs that are critical to your tribe's economic livelihood?
The water itself does have some impact on our agriculture. Say, like at our some of our farms that we do have on the nation, that the water provides to for our agriculture needs.
So it does, because if you didn't have it, you wouldn't be having the same type of agriculture that you have today.
Correct.
Thank you. Since you're the direct beneficiary of a coal-fired electricity plant that provides pumping power and thousands of jobs throughout Arizona, is the nation, the Tohono O'odham, part of the tribal coalition, including the Navajos, the Hopis, and the Gila River Indian community, working to keep the plant open?
Yes, we are.
Are you concerned by the EPA's regulations that could close a plant or make your allocation of CAP water unaffordable?
Well, from what I understand, with the recent EPA to change out the production of that the plant itself to go to a more cleaner energy source, and that's why we're looking at allowing them to continue that route.
Okay. Mr. Bladow, going back to my colleague from Colorado's line of questioning, you've got lots of infrastructure out in the forest. How can we better maintain that?
Yeah, I think one of the challenges we have is we have so many different property owners when you have thousands and thousands of miles of transmission line, distribution line, and the more we can understand the rules of how to trim back the right-of-way to make sure the clearing is proper and we don't have trees and other contact that can perhaps start a fire, I think that would help us eliminate that. And there are some programs we did, one in western Colorado, where we partnered and helped clear a wider swath through the forest, which really helped the Forest Service in a fire break and also helped the utilities clear a really good corridor there.
But it would be best if we were to work collaboratively together to have a common sense, one application that allows some flexibility, would it not, in maintenance?
That would be great for utilities, yes.
Because particularly in these forest fire areas, they're very regional and there's very different rules for different applications, BLM versus Forest Service. Are you aware that both Congressman Tipton and I both work together quite a bit, that we individually introduced that would provide for a streamlined process of thinning and other forest health initiatives around critical infrastructure? Are you aware of those?
I am not aware of them.
Is this something that you think that the water and power users like the members of the Colorado River Energy Distribution Association would support?
Yes, I think it would be one.
Wonderful. Let me ask you another question. I mean, you also have interest in coal-fired plants, do you not, Mr. Bladow?
Yes, we do.
Are you concerned about what the President said yesterday?
Yes, we are.
So there's absolutely no room in his agenda for coal, right? It's a war on coal.
I think it's going to be challenging.
Well, I know it's going to be challenged, not if. It's going to be challenged. And I think Arizona's going to do it. So I want him to point his attention, since he's got that focus on Arizona, just to make sure he knows exactly who's coming. Do you see it as a problem when you're trying to deliver baseline energy, particularly with a portfolio like Arizona and Colorado and a lot of the southern or southwestern states? Do you see it as a problem if you were to eliminate one source of energy?
Oh, absolutely. Today the system is built around existing plants, and it's going to take a lot of time to transition the transmission system to where it can even operate if you eliminate some of these key power stations along the way. And we're seeing that in western Colorado, where one of our stations may not continue to operate, and we're really struggling to see how we can reliably meet the loads in that area without that plant online.
Well, and I want to pick on this a little bit, because what they talked about was regional haze in regards to particulates, particularly out of the Navajo Generating Station. I mean, what they're even trying to enforce here actually does nothing in regards to the Grand Canyon. They've picked on this coal-fired plant in regards to the Grand Canyon, and it doesn't even provide any type of regional haze. I mean, it would be more from the California aspects and probably China than it does from the power plant. In fact, I want to bring up one of them that was actually shut down, Mojave, that was shut down over in Kingman, which is due west of the Grand Canyon. And even the studies prove that there was nothing that actually changed within the viewpoint of the Grand Canyon. I've run out of time, so thank you very much.
We're going to go to second round if you have the time. Mr. Mullen.
Thank you,